Hi Leos, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so that we can reach our next goal, which will be 300 YouTube subscribers. As always, this is a general reading, general meaning it may or may not resonate. And since you guys are Leos, I always like to pull from my animal spirit deck because there is a lion on the cover. Just give me one moment while I get my cards in order. All of the decks that I pull from will be listed in the description box. Keep in mind, we do have about, I believe it's 6 planets that are currently in retrograde. And you know my famous saying, when life is shitty, blame retrograde, because every planet has a message associated with it. A lesson meaning something that we're supposed to learn in terms of the retrograde. But we're going to go ahead and get started. This will be a general love reading for October. Messages for Leos, okay. The goat, symbolism, caprice, mischief, sexuality, and fertility. I don't think I've ever pulled that card. Somebody is thinking of getting pregnant, and I have no idea who that's for. If it's not about getting pregnant, you may also be thinking about having another baby or having another child. Spider came out, symbolism, protection, aid, and wisdom. Some of you guys are wanting to protect your family or your spouse or your children. Or you're wanting to protect like your eggs, if you're a woman, or your sperm, if you're a man, such as like freezing your eggs or something like that. Like you want to protect your fertility, so you freeze your eggs for, you know, when at a later time when you're ready to have a baby. Tiger, symbolism, perception, creation, sexuality, and primal power. So there is a big theme with sexuality, obviously with the goat and the tiger. And for me as a reader, give me one moment. Okay, so in Hindu mythology, the tiger is associated with the goddess Kali, who represents creation, sexuality, and death. And then for the goat, is the woodland god of the flocks, fertility, and nature. Okay, so somebody here very clearly is thinking about pregnancy or fertility, having another baby. For others of you, you may be like, my chance at fertility is running out. Perhaps that you are not, I don't want to say old, but like you're becoming older, or you see yourself as old and you're like, I'm not a 20-something anymore. Now I'm a 40-something, you know, my time to have kids. I'm talking about if you're a woman in this example, but you're like, uh-oh, I'm a 40-year-old woman, not a 20-year-old woman. And you're like, my time to have children is running out because you are getting older. Somebody's biological clock is ticking, whether you're a male or a female. Like I'm seeing the face of a clock, and I can see the second hand going tick, tick, tick. So somebody feels like their biological clock is running out, meaning like, uh-oh, I need to have a baby now, or else I'm not going to get that chance in the future. If you are older, you're like, well, even if I hurry up and have a baby, you know, how much time am I truly going to have with that baby? Because some of you, I just keep seeing the second hand and keeps going tick, tick, tick. That could also mean for me as a reader that you feel time is running out. The Chariot in reverse, as well as the King of Pentacles, is our bottom of the deck energy. Maybe dealing with an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And some of you guys are dealing with a Cancer or somebody who has Cancer in their chart. Always remember that we do not just have our sun sign, but we also have a Venus sign and a North Node and a rising sign. So somebody may have those placements in their chart, or heavy earth in their chart, as well as heavy Cancer in their natal chart. Did also see the Wheel of Fortune, because I had like 3 different piles. Wheel of Fortune is Major Arcana, but we're going to go ahead and see what comes out. We're going to go ahead and clarify the Goat. Mischief, sexuality, and fertility. Pull 2 cards for the Goat. Okay, I think it was that one. 2 of Cups reversed. Okay. So this may represent a divorce or a separation. There is obviously disharmony, or something is imbalanced here because I pulled it in the reverse. Some of you guys are very clearly dealing with a water sign. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Absolutely does not have to be. Somebody may have found, okay, 9 of Pentacles reversed, more earth energy. Okay, somebody, couple different messages I'm getting. I told myself as I was shuffling, if a Pentacle card came out clarifying the Goat, I'm picking up on that somebody is paying another person for sex, such as a hooker. That's not for everyone, that's for some. But I just got confirmation with that 9 of Pentacles. You may be paying someone for sex, like a hooker or, you know, a prostitute, something like that. Okay, couple different messages I'm getting with this combination. Somebody may have found out that they were pregnant, right? Because the Goat is about fertility. So finding out that you're pregnant, and that is what led to this split. Maybe one partner was ready for a pregnancy and you thought that this was going to be the greatest thing that could ever happen to you, the greatest gift from God. But then when you told your partner or your friends or your family, whoever you told, you may not have gotten a real favorable reaction. For others of you, if you were in a committed relationship, in the present moment, this may have been a third-party situation. Somebody may have been cheating in this relationship, and now one person found out, is very clearly what this is telling me. So cheating, deception, manipulation, but not just the act of cheating on your spouse or your partner, but specifically the other person found out that you were cheating or had a third party, something like that. Some of you guys, you're not feeling comfortable in terms of your finances and having a baby, whether this has to do with adoption, and you're feeling like you can't afford a adoption period or a private adoption or an international adoption. Others of you feel like you cannot afford fertility treatment such as IVF or doing other things such as freezing your eggs or donating your sperm. You're like, I can't hire a surrogate, you know, I don't have the money for that. I don't have money for IVF treatment. Also, you may have spent a lot of money on IVF or fertility drugs already, and the fact that there hasn't been a successful pregnancy yet has been causing a lot of disharmony between you and your partner. You may also, Leo, be trying very desperately to get pregnant, but you're having some infertility issues. You may also have gone through like a stillborn baby or a miscarriage, and if that is your situation, my heart goes out to you. I can't imagine what that is like, but I'm sure it's horrible. But my point is the fact that you've tried fertility treatment after fertility treatment, and either you can't get pregnant or you don't have the money for IVF or a surrogate or adoption. You may have gotten pregnant, but that pregnancy did not turn out into a live birth, if you get what I'm saying. And you're like, well, I've already had 3 miscarriages or 4 miscarriages, and that is causing disharmony between you and your loved one because you keep getting your heart broken, right? You find out you're pregnant and you're all excited and you tell your family, and then a couple weeks go by and the pregnancy did not turn out. So somebody here is very clearly, what I'm picking up on intuitively is you're either struggling to get pregnant, you feel like you can't afford the things that I've talked about, you've already spent a lot of income or savings trying to get pregnant, and for whatever reason it has not turned out yet. My 2 cards to clarify the spider. The strength card, Major Arcana, Leo. This is your energy, or you may be dealing with another Leo or somebody who has strong Leo in their chart. And then the 2 of Pentacles, more earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The strength card is all about courage and inner strength. So you've had to be courageous in order to protect something. Now, protection could mean your home, your family, your finances. Take what resonates and leave what does not. But some of you guys are juggling a lot or balancing a lot. You may be working multiple jobs. You may be trying to find that balance between work and home, friends and family, kids and your husband or your spouse or, you know, your boyfriend. You're like, I work a lot of days, a lot of hours, but I also need to find time for love and dating, even friendships as well. Some of you guys have also been juggling a lot in terms of your finances. And some of you guys are like, well, why do I work multiple jobs and work long hours if I'm still not satisfied in terms of my income or my wealth? You're like, I'm putting in all this work, I'm putting in all this effort, and you're like, what is the point? What is the purpose? You and your partner going through fertility, you're like, we both work multiple jobs to not only pay our bills and buy groceries and make ends meet, but we're also busting our tail for, you know, foster care and adoption or some sort of fertility drug or fertility treatment, and you're just not seeing the reap of that reward. Hierophant, Major Arcana, and the 9 of Cups reverse, clarifying the tiger. Some of you guys are dealing with a Taurus or somebody with strong Taurus in their chart. And again, more water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Somebody's marriage may have been ruined by sex. And I know that that sounds really weird, but remember what I was talking about with the goat, the Two of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles reversed would be somebody's marriage may have been ruined by sex, meaning a third party, cheating, one person finding out that the other partner was cheating or not being faithful. Some of you, you're not having wish fulfillment here with the Nine of Cups reversed, and you're also not having wish fulfillment in terms of marriage. Could also represent religion or conformity, but I'm feeling like somebody's marriage was turned upside down, is what this Nine of Cups, and also this Two of Cups in reverse is like you're not having success in terms of love and relationships. For some of you, it was definitely a marriage that did not work out. You may be going through a divorce or a separation in terms of the court right now. Yeah, somebody's marriage either fell apart or is very rocky, like on the rocks, and you're not sure you're going to be able to make the marriage work because you found out one partner in the situation was being unfaithful, right? Cheating, flirting, hiring a hooker. Bottom of the deck, just be yourself. You're a great person. Enjoy being yourself. Somebody enjoyed being themselves a little bit too much, though, is what that was telling me, you know. It's like they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. Like they wanted to have wifey at home who cooks and cleans and goes, "Hi, honey, how was your day?" But then they also had a side chick or a side hoe or a side piece, you know what I mean? So when wifey was too tired or stressed out to have sex, they can just call up the side chick or the booty call, if you will, and be fulfilled in that way. But I totally feel like somebody's marriage was turned upside down in terms of cheating, infidelity, being unfaithful, or just simply finding out that one partner was not being faithful. Okay, that one and that one caught my attention. Creative. Draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways, and one step at a time. Lots of little steps make big dreams come true. Some of you guys are really juggling a lot in terms of your finances, or just juggling, trying to find that balance between work life and home life, or working multiple jobs. And message from Spirit is urging you to be creative. Do something fun, do something artsy. Maybe you have a creative passion or a creative talent that you may not have been able to express yourself or do because you're like, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to paint. I work a full-time job and a part-time job. You're like, I don't have time to create my music or write that next great rap hit. You're like, I don't have time to be in a recording studio. I work 2 full-time jobs. But to do something fun, it doesn't just have to represent art, but somebody here, you have a creative skill or talent. Maybe this is something that you haven't done in 10 years or 15 years because you were so busy juggling lots of responsibilities and priorities. Some of you guys are not ready to completely give up on your marriage, which is understandable. You guys have grown together and built together as a couple. Whether you've been married for 1 year or 10 years, doesn't matter. But in order to repair your marriage, you have to take things one step at a time. So for those of you who want to forgive your partner who was being unfaithful or cheating, you have to remember that healing is one step at a time. Repairing a broken marriage takes one step at a time. Some of you guys, bottom of the deck, number 37, third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. Focus on your solar plexus chakra. I did pull it in the upright, so that does mean that it is in balance, but it doesn't matter. I'm not just talking about a marriage here, Leo. If you are currently in separation from your partner, and let's say you really want to try and reconcile and get back together with that person, remember, breaking up and getting back together is probably not going to be an overnight process. You have to take things one step at a time. For those of you trying to juggle work and home and social life, and you just feel like I have too many responsibilities, I can't keep up with all this, I have to work full time and take care of the kids and clean the house and cook dinner, and we're doing Zoom school, so I have to run that, and I don't have time to go out with my friends anymore because I'm just so busy with work and home. One step at a time. Take things one day at a time, if you will. Because it's too overwhelming. Like, let's say you have a to-do list and you have 10 things written on that list. It's too overwhelming to be like, oh my gosh, I have 10 things that I have to get done today. You have to, by taking things one day at a time, I mean, if you give yourself a pat on the back for doing one thing off of your to-do list, you should be proud of yourself for that. Don't focus on the negative and be like, oh, I have 9 more things that I didn't get done today, or 9 more goals that I didn't accomplish. Like, you have to prioritize, like, what needs to be done right now, what could wait a day, a week, a month, etc. Yeah, so your solar plexus chakra is all about emotions of desire and your personal energy. An increased enthusiasm is present or soon to be on its way. This is a great time to move toward completion of your desires. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance. Your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. This angel of power is with you now, so go for it. Some of you guys, you will be having an increased enthusiasm in terms of being yourself or expressing yourself, being that true, authentic you, whether that's the way you do whether that's the way that you dress yourself or style your hair, whether this is a personality or a talent. Again, with that creative card, somebody is being urged by spirit to show others your passion and your creativity, not just because it's something you enjoy, but this could also lead to something big. Like, you might think, oh, if I put my mixtape or my one song on SoundCloud, and then you're like, no, I'm never gonna be managed by a record label. Think of every famous singer or every famous actress that every famous rap artist. Everybody had to start somewhere. Somebody heard Lady Gaga singing in New York when she was in college and thought, I want to take a chance with Lady Gaga. I want to sign her. And then she did the Just Dance song with, I can't remember his name, but she became a super big hit. Look at how many albums Lady Gaga has sold. Look at how many times she's appeared on TV. Look at all of her credentials. And why does she have all of those credentials? What she's famous for? Somebody spotted her, somebody liked her, and somebody took a chance on her. Anybody, any celebrity, any singer had to start somewhere. you start at local clubs and then you work your way up, working your way up that career ladder until you become bigger and bigger and bigger. More popular, I should say. Okay. Number 32, Door to Spirit, clarifying the creative card. Oh, I just passed it. Yeah, go back. Okay, spiritual awakening and new beginning. This door opens onto truly unlimited potential, for the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. Some of you guys are increasing your powers in the spiritual arts and having a deepening connection with the spirit world. You may be finding yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Some of my Leos are going through a spiritual awakening or just becoming a more spiritual person. You may be listening or following your intuition. You may be doing practices such as saging your house or saging your space. Some of you guys are also having a new beginning in terms of your creativity, such as a creative project, talent, hobby. Take what resonates, leave what does not. But you're being urged by spirit, again, to show off your creative potential. And then my last card is number 34, Door to Personal Healing and Happiness in the reverse. Clarifying the one step at a time. Okay, so somebody here is feeling stuck where your personal intentions are concerned. Self-mastery and discipline may be hard to achieve right now, or specific plans for personal change may be being blocked. Remember that your intentions need to be clear and unconflicted. Whatever you're working on, you need to know that you are capable of achieving it and that you deserve it. Put your heart into the plans and changes you desire and realize you are worth your own time and effort. The new beginning you seek will come with your own focus and patient determination. So again, somebody here, I guess I should say you want to save your marriage, or you want to repair the broken marriage or the broken relationship. But you have to remember that what you're trying to achieve is you're not going to go to bed tonight and then when you wake up in the morning, whenever it's morning time, because there's different time zones, remember it is not an overnight process. This may take a couple months in order to fix. It could take a year or two in order to fix. Everybody's healing process is a little different. But with these two cards, you have a new beginning that is coming in terms of love or romance, because this is a general love reading. Now, a new beginning could, for me as a reader, could represent a new love interest altogether, meaning a totally new love interest, romantic partner is coming in. Or if this is a former marriage or relationship, somebody that you already know, there may be a new beginning in terms of that. You might be going into a higher level of commitment with that person. Because I have the 2 of Cups reverse and the 9 of Cups reverse, that also maybe for a small portion of you could be you break up and come back together, or again, you're working on that broken marriage and saving your marriage. Someone here may be threatening the other to leave. Like, the reason you're like, I want a divorce is because I want to be with the third party. And you're like, oh my gosh, what can I do? He's not only going to divorce me, but he's leaving me for another woman, or she's leaving me for another man. Because I have the 2 Pentacle cards, this may represent a coworker or a boss. Sorry for those of you if that is confirmation, but because I have 2 Pentacle cards, I have to say it like it is. I also have 2 major arcanas, so that tells me that the month of October will be pretty significant. 2 cups. Cups are all about emotions and feelings and relationships, not just love, but friendships and family. Yeah, I'm feeling like someone here, you're either finding out that your significant other is cheating on you or they're threatening to leave you. Some of you guys, you may be involved with a person who is married, and that is the person that you're having an affair with or a fling with. 2, maybe a married person, and maybe that person's spouse saw the text messages or the photos or the Facebook messages, whatever y'all were doing, and somebody may have called the third party and be like, hey, we've been keeping this a secret for 5 months. We've been keeping this a secret for the past 5 years. Okay, I have the number 5 in front of me, so I don't know if this is 5 months, 5 years. But, you know, your husband has been cheating on you. I'm his mistress. I'm the secretary at the office. You know, I'm his co-worker. And we've been having an affair, and I can't keep it bottled up inside of me anymore. Seeing these 2 cups turned upside down, whatever is in these cups is obviously going to fall out in terms of the law of science and gravity, right? If I have a cup full of water, like pretend this has water in it, and I turn it upside down, all of the water is going to flow right out, right? It's not going to stay in the cup. It's going to end up on the floor. Somebody's emotions here may finally burst or overflow in the month of October. Now, what that overflow is might be a confession to a third party, like, I've been cheating on you with your wife, or your husband has been cheating on you for the past whatever months with me. Also, really quick with the goat, talking about fertility, somebody here may have gotten pregnant, and now that is why you're breaking the news to the wife or the husband. Not only has your marriage turned upside down with cheating and infidelity, period, but now it's a whole other ball game because somebody ended up pregnant. So now you're getting that phone call like, hey, your husband got me pregnant. Or, yeah, your wife has been cheating on you and she just found out she's pregnant and we think it's my kid. One partner in this, I'm also seeing a triangle, so like a love triangle. Three parties involved. One partner may have had infertility or fertility issues, period, but then there's another 2 people who are very fertile and like there's no problems. So somebody here may be like, you know, your wife tells you that she's pregnant and you're like, well, how can you be pregnant? I can't have kids. You know, I had a vasectomy, you know, so there's like a, I don't know, 1% chance that that baby is mine. And you're just so confused because you're like, I had a vasectomy and my wife ended up pregnant. We've been together for 5 years. We have never had one pregnancy. And now all of a sudden she's pregnant. Another situation I'm getting to is with the fertility card, somebody may have given birth to a baby, and then it's like when the dad sees the baby and they're like, I don't think that's my kid, or that baby doesn't look like me. And that may be how y'all were found out about cheating was, I don't know. I mean, this is like a pretty drastic example, but let's say you have a white woman and a white guy, you know, and they find out they're pregnant, go through the pregnancy, and then obviously the delivery, and the baby comes out, and the baby looks mixed or biracial. Okay, not saying any specific ethnicity, right? It could mean black, it could mean Hispanic, it could mean Italian, it could mean Jewish, it could mean any race or ethnicity, okay? And the dad's looking at the baby like, I don't think that baby looks like me, or, I'm kind of wondering if that kid is really mine. You may be demanding a paternity test or blood work being done, and then your whole world was turned upside down when you find out that that baby was not your biological kid. This is just like an episode of Maury or Jerry Springer. I'm not really seeing anything in terms of new love, and I know some Leos, you're probably going to be like, thumbs down, you know, attitude doesn't see any new love coming in. But with that marriage card, because the Hierophant is a huge marriage card in tarot, for those who don't know, I'm feeling like some of you are either in a current marriage or this is a past person that you used to be married to. And what I mean by that is not like an ex-husband or an ex-wife per se, but you're going through the separation and the legal divorce process now. The cards really aren't showing me anything in terms of new love. I'm getting more like this was a solid relationship, right? Now, don't hit me up in the comments if you're like, attitude, I've never been married, so this isn't my reading. No, I'm not saying that at all. With this Two of Cups showing up, this is big soulmate energy. Soulmate, twin flame, partnership, and union. I know that that's not 100% the meaning because I pulled it in reverse. So disharmony, things are imbalanced. There may also have been a disagreement between friends as well. Don't think that this just has to apply to your love life. But what the cards are showing me is this is either an ex or somebody that you are currently married to or you're currently separated from, or going through the divorce process. But as I said, I'm picking up on a love triangle, a third party, cheating. Somebody found out that they were pregnant. You don't know who the baby daddy is. You don't know if that child is your biological child, or as I said, some of you will be getting that phone call from the mistress or the spouse, and you know, whoever is involved, and you get that phone call that you've been dreading. Like, hey, I wanted to be honest with you. Your husband is cheating on you. We've had an affair for the past 6 months, and I just found out that I'm pregnant, and I know that your husband got me pregnant, and, you know, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, I told him, and we want to keep the baby. Maybe not even just keep the baby, but keep that relationship. And now you're like, oh my gosh, my husband not only got another woman pregnant, but he's leaving me or he's divorcing me. Again, not just for another woman, but now she's pregnant. Something big like that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that, Leos. I hope everyone is doing great. Stay healthy, and I will see you guys in my next reading. Bye, Leos.